legroom. I saw the hating faces, where are they now? I don't know where they fled to.
I started doing track and field, and not just high jump, but track and field when I was about 10 years old. I used to love to run, and I used to always be outside, just trying to stay away from the classroom as much as possible. So athletics was a great thing to get into for me, and I played rugby. Obviously, as a New Zealander, we all play rugby. So I played rugby, I played football. I also loved cycling, so I had a bike. I would always go out for rides on the weekend and just enjoy this, and also a lot of distance running, so cross country in the winter, and then track and field in the summer. I had a small international season in 2019. I qualified for World Champs in Doha, but I was injured at the time, and so I felt like most of my energy was going towards just trying to turn up and feeling okay rather than actually competing. Whereas in Tokyo in the Olympics, that was my first time I really felt like I belonged there and was one of the competitors. For me personally, I was very happy. And so yeah, that was sort of what I think really kicked it off for me, was realizing that these guys are not only just as good as me, but also I feel like I have some strengths which I have are better than them, and so therefore once I kind of really got those things nailed down and did a lot of training with that, then I would be one of the best. I'm just super grateful to be here. I feel like if someone was not paying me, I would probably still be here. And so I think that just makes it even better. Yeah. I feel like I'm narrow enough and then twisting through.
Fast forward, Paris 2024. How did you feel before the competition? I know you won gold in Glasgow, and you had your personal best 2:36. Was it like a very boost of confidence before the Olympics, or tell me a little bit?
Yeah, it was. Last year was a funny year. Well, I became world number one in the last competition before the Olympics, and so for the first time ever competing at a competition as world number one, I was competing at the Olympics, and so I think that there was a little bit of added pressure there around thinking that I was doing my plan and working really hard, but then suddenly I was getting really good results, and so I had to sort of contend with the fact that a lot of people were also realizing now that maybe I was a contender. In the past, at the World Championships and the major events, I haven't done well. Often I am the kind of athlete who in the past would do really well during the year, but then when when it really mattered, I couldn't find that next height or that next jump, and so I think a lot of guys saw what I was doing during the year, but were not worried or not scared of me going into Paris. But that was the big change that we had last year, was that we wanted to be scary at the big championships rather than during the year. So I did not want to be a journeyman. I did not want to be the guy who comes 5th or 6th or 7th every day of the week. I wanted to be the guy who, yeah, maybe he does not do well at the early competitions or at the competitions that don't matter, but when it matters and when the crowd is there and the expectation is on me, that's when I really shine. That shift was what happened last year, and will continue to be like that for the rest of my career. We were obviously first equal going into the last height, which was 2:38, and we both missed this height, and so we have the option of doing first equal and sharing, or we have the option to go to a jump off. And it's interesting because before 2021, when Tamberi and Basham choose to share, no one really saw it as an option. It was never really seen as something that you could share. It was always you just jump. And so I think for me, I loved watching in Tokyo. I was there, I was in the final, I was sitting watching 5 meters away from me this amazing piece of our history kind of unfold. But I also knew that if I was ever in this position, that the way I want to compete and the things that I love about my sport, jumping until there's one guy left and there's only one person clearing the bar, for me this is the most important thing. And so I knew that if I did not try, I would always be wondering for the rest of my life if I did have one more height in me, or one more really good jump. And so when we have this option, I shake hands with Shelby and I say, let's jump, and he agrees with me as well. So yeah, the rest is history.
So you were the one who said, okay, let's do it.
I was the one who said it, but also I can see in his eyes that he wants to as well. So I think it was a pretty easy decision. I know that I know Shelby very well. I know he's a massive competitor and he's someone I have a huge amount of respect for. So I knew that there was no way he would want to share as well. And for me, I was prepared to get silver than share the gold, because for me sport is about finishing the game, and if you finish before the game finishes, then you have given up. So yeah, for me it was important to continue. I didn't think I would be the Olympic champion. I think even for me, being an Olympian was enough. It was amazing to go to Tokyo, and then to be a two-time Olympian going to Paris was something that I was so proud of. And I always wanted to be the best, but I don't think that the Olympic champion was something that I considered, you know, in the same sentence, because it just seems like such an amazing honor and such a massive thing. And so, yeah, when I clear that bar, I will never forget. I cannot hear anything in my head. Like in my memory of that moment, I just feel at peace. You know, it just felt like time was going on for hours and hours and days, and just the feeling of accomplishment and knowing that I had just achieved my wildest dreams was very special. I won the Diamond League trophy in Zurich last week, so I'm feeling very happy with obviously this result, and also very happy I'm back in Nice training a little bit before heading back to Tokyo. So yeah, I feel like I'm in a good place. It feels very similar to last year. I think in showing my form now and winning Diamond League, it shows that I am ready to really jump high in Tokyo. After Paris, I took 3 months off. Usually I only take 2-3 weeks. And this is because I just want to enjoy my life. You know, I want to enjoy the moment of being Olympic champion and spending time with my friends and family, and being able to, you know, soak up the media and the opportunities back home that now are available. I feel very satisfied because I proved to people, I told them August we will jump high, and we did that. So yeah, it's good to know that when you put a plan in place, it will work. Last year I had a number of competitions where I jumped very high, whereas I think this time I only had 2. But I think what's changed as well is that I know how to compete. I am confident in my ability to get to that final and really, you know, dig deep and be able to kind of use the crowd and use all the things. I'm a competitor, and I think that last year I had the jump, but I did not have the confidence. This year I have the confidence, and I think I have the jump, and so I think that, yeah, the combination of these two things will be quite interesting.
Just one last word, LA 2028. Will you be there defending your crown?
Yeah, I think, look, this year has been hard at times to find the motivation, but the one thing I know for sure is that I want to defend my title in LA, and I want to jump 240 at LA. So yeah, that is the 2 big career lifetime goals that I still have to achieve, and so I will 100% be in LA.